According to CNBC, 70% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. Now that is higher than the national average of 60%. With that, we are facing more financial obstacles than any other generation. We face more financial obstacles that other generations don't. Why? Well, because we are considered the sandwich generation. Many of us are taking care of our young children as well as our parents, which puts more of a financial strain altogether. So I'm gonna give you 7 money mistakes according to Forbes that keep you living paycheck to paycheck so that we can turn this around. Number 1 money mistake that will keep you living paycheck to paycheck is not identifying your trouble spot. Yes, you need to identify your trouble spot. You need to understand where your money is going on a regular basis and what is consuming a lot of your money. You may find that your trouble spot may be that you're spending too much on food, you're spending too much on clothes or your hair because maybe you weren't tracking how much you were spending, but this can be an eye-opening experience for you. And it will allow you to pinpoint what is that trouble spot. The next thing to look at is your income, because maybe your income is a trouble spot and it's not allowing you to move beyond the paycheck to paycheck mode. At any rate, figure out what your hurdle is or what your trouble spot is so that you can move beyond it. Number 2 money mistake that keeps people living paycheck to paycheck is that your spending is not in line with your income. You may realize that you really have to hone in between your needs and your wants. Once you evaluate your needs and wants through your budget, through tracking your spending, you may have to make some cuts. You may have to make some cuts in different spending areas so that your spending is more in line with your income. The 3rd money mistake that keeps people living paycheck to paycheck is not understanding how much debt you have. If you have different types of debt, that means you're making payments toward that debt. So you may have auto insurance, you may have student loan payments, you may have a mortgage that you're paying, you may have credit card debt, different types of debt that requires you to push more money out in the form of payments. Making all of these different debt payments every single month can easily have you living paycheck to paycheck. If you have debt, understand how much you are paying in debt in terms of interest and fees. That money adds up. Once you understand your interest and fees, next look at how you can reduce that, either by paying off your debt or doing some other tactics. If you have a mortgage or student loans, you can refinance to get a lower rate so that your payments are lower. If you have credit card debt, you may be able to do a balance transfer where you transfer that balance over to a promotion that affords you a 0% interest rate. Transfer it over so that your interest rate is 0% so you can pay your credit card off quicker. One thing to consider is the balance transfer fee. You don't want to have a 0% interest but have all of these fees and balance transfers. The fee for a balance transfer is typically $5 to $10 or 3% of the transferred balance. Number 4, the 4th thing that's keeping people living paycheck to paycheck is not having regular savings. Something as small as having regular savings, a savings account, can actually stop you from living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, because 69% of Americans do not have $1,000 worth of savings to pull from. And there was a survey done to ask people that don't have $1,000 in their savings account, why is it that you don't have that amount? And the majority came back and said that they don't make enough, they are living paycheck to paycheck. When an emergency comes and you don't have savings, you have to rely on a credit card. You have to make the problem continue to get worse, which could possibly make it more expensive. So I think saving is a good idea. Here's the thing with saving. It helps you to reach larger financial goals, which puts you in a position to not live paycheck to paycheck as well, because when you save, you can save for larger things like a home. If you're saving for a down payment on your home, if you're saving up to pay down your credit card debt, you're saving to pay down your student loans. The secret to saving on a regular basis is to make it mindless, make it automated, have it taken out of your check before you even see the money and going into a separate account. Number 5, the 5th money mistake that people are making that is causing them to live paycheck to paycheck is not automating their life. When you are trying to move beyond living paycheck to paycheck, you need to make it as easy as possible, and you need to automate things. For example, if you are automating some of your expenses and having your bills taken out automatically, this ensures that you are not paying any late fees just in case you forget to pay your bills, because those late fees do add up. And especially if you're not tracking your expenses, you may not even know if you got charged a late fee. But again, the money still comes out of your account. Another thing to automate is your savings. I just talked about it, having automatically taken out of your check and going into your savings account. Number 6, the sixth money mistake that people are making that's keeping them living paycheck to paycheck is not evaluating how you can boost your income. Maybe income is a part of the reason why you're living paycheck to paycheck, and in that case, it is time to brainstorm what can be done to change that. This could mean maybe you take on additional hours at work, something that will provide you with overtime. Maybe you get a promotion or you negotiate a raise. Think of different ways that you can increase your income. Another popular item is to start a business or to start a side hustle to bring in additional money. And you're not alone if you have a side hustle, because 45% of Americans say they have a side gig in addition to their full-time job. And believe it or not, 1 in 3 of those people say that they need that extra side hustle in order to stay afloat financially. Now, when choosing a side hustle, you may as well do it the right way and consider some of the things that you're interested in and position your side hustle around that. Whatever side hustle you choose something that works for you. Number 7, the 7th money mistake that people are making that's causing them to live paycheck to paycheck is not setting clear money goals. Having money goals can be the motivation that you need to get you out of living paycheck to paycheck. When you're coming up with your money goals, think about what you'd like to do with your finances. Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to buy a home? Do you want to save up money for a ring, fellas, to propose to the woman that you love? Once you have that goal set, then go ahead and map out the action steps that you're going to take to reach that goal. And then you also want to put a time frame on that goal. How long do you want to take to actually attain that financial goal? Using this method of setting money goals can be the motivation and the incentive that you need to break away from living paycheck to paycheck. And as you're making your goals and you're hitting milestones, check off your milestones and definitely celebrate those wins. This is going to give you the motivation that you need to continue moving forward, and eventually the life of living paycheck to paycheck will be a distant memory. For more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another